Well, welcome back. We're trying to understand exactly what would be the impact. What would the impact of this nationwide pandemic which has erupted, and now, despite the clarion call which has been given by the Prime Minister that people should all come out this Sunday at 9 p.m., hold on your lights, flash your lights, switch off your home lights, and well, use diyas, use battis, use flashlights and torch lights, what else you have, at 9 p.m. Sunday night for 9 minutes. What does one at the end of the day gain from this? Because the numbers certainly seem to be increasing. Number of positive COVID cases certainly seem to be increasing. Dr. Geeta Bhatt is there with us, and Niti Jain of the BJP with us as well. And Purnima is there, our reporter is there as well. Geeta ji, first to you. Just help me understand, because again on social media I'm seeing that there is this criticism which is being indulged in, that citizens of India are not being told exactly what is the level of our preparedness. That if the Prime Minister is choosing to address the people of this country, then he should be giving us exact measures of what is it that he's really doing. Is that a wrong expectation? And is this just a measure to instill hope, to deal with some frustrated or frayed tempers at this stage?
Well, Bhupenji, as far as the preparedness of the government to deal this massive pandemic goes, we are seeing that the health ministry almost every day is holding press conference and is apprising the press as well as the people of the country that what kind of preparation is being held. Even the health minister, I just saw on your channel that he was telling that how they were very well prepared, and since from January they had started their preparation. But amidst all, we have seen that ever since Bhupenji the lockdown had started, there was a very collective feeling among all the citizens in this country that we together have to adhere to the guidelines which have been given, and so that because we all very well know that how this pandemic is going, this could be a very, very serious threat to a nation of 130 crores. I mean, our population density, as you were just mentioning, in places like Dharavi, and other such clusters, this could be something which could become something very unprecedented. But at such a time, when all these people very positively and collectively were looking and trying to adhere to guidelines, we, for the last couple of days, the kind of very regressive and very negative atmosphere, and in pockets of the country, it was very, very demoralizing to see that how our medics, our paramedics, they are being ridiculed, they are being insulted.
How does flashing a torchlight? I want to know, how does flashing a torchlight or lighting a diya, which, well, at any given point of time, in normal times, would be a celebratory act, how does that help in terms of dealing with these challenges that you're talking about? Niti, I'm coming. One moment.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Bhupenji, it is very important that at this time, there is, when such kind of, this kind of a negative thought is coming and again, and this whole scenario has become, it had kind of introduced, has started demoralizing people. It is very important that we need to understand, and that is what has been actually the call of the Prime Minister. Yesterday also, he had urged various religious leaders to ask their followers that you have to, irrespective of your ideology, your caste, your creed, we all could be victims of of this virus. So it is very important at this time that there needs to be this feeling of collectiveness and the feeling of positivity. That is something which, and being the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, being someone who is so popular as a leader, as a mass leader, someone who's respected across the country and abroad, when he comes out and he puts a thought across, it really, we have seen it on 22nd, how on his clarion call, how the whole nation,
I take that point.
The poor, they came together.
Niti, I take this point, and I myself, like last 2 weeks when I was away in Uttarakhand and I was reporting from Bhimtal, I myself was going, to villages, and I was talking to the Gram Pradhan or the average hawker. Everyone is talking about, well, hawkers are, the daily wagers, they are missing their money. When I was speaking to those individuals, they were all saying that we will follow what the Prime Minister tells us. Now, without doubt, the connect which exists between the Prime Minister and Indian citizens, phenomenal. I mean, next to none, I think, in the history of independent India. But Niti, that still does not take away from the fact that should Indian citizens not be told by the person who's ruling them, the Indian Prime Minister, who's much loved, should he also not be spending some time in trying to tell us exactly what are the steps which are being taken to deal with this crisis, to deal with this madness?
Bhupendra, the point is that the government is run by a lot of ministries, a lot of officers, and there is a press conference that is being done by all stakeholders, from the health ministry to the MHA spokespersons. They're all doing a press conference every day. So the country is not being kept in the dark. They are being told, and all information is going out from the government about what we are doing, about where we stand today, and what is going to be done tomorrow. So there is no darkness as to, so to say, that the country is being kept in. The point is, and the point why the Prime Minister came out today, and like you said, the torch is probably not going to help in being a doctor, so to say. But the point is that it's been almost 10 days that we're all sitting inside. There is a need, and the Prime Minister has not asked us to switch off the light. He has asked us to be the light so that we can be that hope to our neighbors that are outside and who are probably going through the same mental, they're not okay with being inside and they're probably feeling alone. So it is about coming out and just being there, being the light for each other.
Nitiji, can I just hold you for a moment? Can I just hold you for a moment? Because, the Prime Minister is speaking right now to sports stars. And there is a video which has just been put out. Let's just see if there is any audio as well on that video. Sachin Tendulkar is there, all right. There's no audio. It's just, I think, a collection of conversations which the Prime Minister is having. Obviously, he's trying his level best to create a scenario where anyone who has an ability to influence public minds, he's trying to reach out to everybody, from Saurav Ganguly to Sachin Tendulkar to boxers. There you have a police officer there as well. So he's pretty much trying his level best. Yuvraj Singh there too. Niti, it's all a part of this strategy, Niti? That how do you try and ensure that people don't lose hope, that people remain high on faith? Is that the best strategy at times like these, Niti?
And more than that, Bhupendra, I think it is about that this is not something that is coming from the government to the people. This is an effort, be it the thali banging or be it the lighting the lights or being part of the relief fund that is being created. We're all a part of it. This is going to be fought as a country, as the people of the country. Only the government is not going to be able to do it all by itself unless people come together, unless people become a part of it. I think when everything that is being done in this aspect, it makes the people, the last man standing, a part of whatever is happening, and they feel connected. They're all part of what, the war or the times that we are going through. And this is an effort when we come out with the celebrities, and you have been doing an excellent part. A lot of celebrities I saw yesterday and for the past few days. You also have been getting these celebrities to talk to people.
Yes. That
no matter where you stand, we're all in this together. So I think that is exactly what the Prime Minister has also been doing.
All right. Purnima is there with us as well. Purnima, the Prime Minister's attempt, Purnima. One thing is for the Prime Minister, to speak to the celebrities, to appeal to people to come out on their balconies and flash their lights, their torch lights. The other is the reality on the ground. I want to know what is the feedback from those people or from those hospitals who may be struggling to deal with the impact of this COVID-19 outbreak. How are they responding to these appeals which are being made by the Prime Minister?
Well, they are happy that there's some positive message that is being said by the Prime Minister, where he clearly says that even though it's dark, there is the power of light. So that's the message that the Prime Minister is trying to convey. And the hospitals, doctors, nurses, paramedical staff, they are very happy because in the middle of this corona outbreak, there is some positivity that is being spread by the Prime Minister, which they consider could well be nice for the people, because for the next 11 odd days, they will try to remain calm, remain positive, stay indoors, and also try to practice social distancing, because the Prime Minister time and again reiterated that even as people step out and come to their balconies at 9 p.m. on Sunday, they should maintain social distancing, because last time when the Janta curfew happened at 5 p.m. and people were trying to clap hands, a lot of people gathered in huge crowds. Social distancing was not followed, but this time with 9 days of lockdown over, they say that social distancing will also be practiced, and they hope that they consider Prime Minister's message and continue to follow social distancing to ensure that they contain the spread of virus. But they think that there's some positivity from Prime Minister's video, and they are glad and they are very happy to be part of the entire outbreak, where they are trying to help people, trying to make sure that patients who are admitted to their hospitals are recovered at the earliest.
All right, Purnima, thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us and giving us those details. Geeta Bhatt and Niti Jain will stay with us. We'll simply do a short break. When it comes to instilling hope, when it comes to merging hope, optimism with politics, there is no better example than Narendra Modi. On the other side, we'll figure out this battle between facts and hope. How will this battle play out over the next 12 days or so? We'll look at that question on the other side of the short break.